Welcome back to the Purdue Softball Show. Corey Palm alongside head coach Boo DeOliveira. Coach, we are underway in Big Ten play. You guys had a road trip to Nebraska to get things started last weekend. Before we get to that, we'll talk about the trip to Lincoln and playing the Cornhuskers. The midweek split last week against Indiana State. You said coming in last week's show, very evenly matched with them, and I guess that's sort of the natural outcome for a team that you're statistically in line with to split a doubleheader. Looked very good in game two, and sort of pulling away from that. Game one was more of a grinded out win for the Sycamores, pitched by committee from you guys' standpoint, and then the bats kind of exploded in game two. Just what you saw from the team that day on home opener.
Yeah, kudos to Indiana State. They came out, guns blazing, ready to go, and they took game one. They beat us. Game two, Maddie Ellis did a great job. She had no walks. She really just did a great job of feeding the defense. Kept the ball in the park, kept the ball, in the infield a lot. And then our bats were just much more clutch in game two, much more timely hitting, drawing freebies, and running the bases the way we know how to.
Timely hitting so important in the sport. You get runners on, you have to do something with it. You cannot let opportunities go by the wayside. And that's a recurring theme year to year, team to team, across all of collegiate softball. And like you said, timely hitting helped in large part by a grand slam late in that game to really pull away.
Well, we always talk about, we're not a home run hitting team. We love the long ball, but it is nice when you can clear the bases with one swing. And Alex Etchezretta did that for us. And, kudos to everybody else that got on base so that she could hit them in. But definitely a team effort. The energy was great in the dugout. Everyone, even the people that did not enter the game, were a big part of that win.
Moving on from the Sycamores, then you guys hit the road to, like I said, Lincoln, Nebraska, to take on one of the best teams in the Big Ten, historically one of the best programs in the Big Ten, and three really competitive games against the Huskers. Came up a bit short, timely hitting, as we said, but just positives from the weekend at Nebraska.
Positives from the weekend. We can compete. Nebraska is the defending Big Ten champions from last year, and that's the frustrating thing, right? Like, we're in all these games, we're so close, and we're so close to winning, so close doesn't count. So, hopefully, not hopefully, but today and this weekend, the plan is to not be so close, but to actually get the win. But positives of the weekend, Kendall Klochak is really stepping up pitching. She's a sophomore that didn't see much time in the first, I would say, 5 weeks of preseason, and started to come on pitching for us in spring break. She's been really clutch when we've put her in. We've seen some really great moments of greatness for some of our pitching. Mo Wimpy got us out of some bases-loaded jams pitching-wise. Panarski is doing a great job of feeding the defense. Happy with the pitching overall. Obviously, Alex Etchezretta combining with them as well. But I would say from the pitching standpoint, some things that we've been really focusing on, our pitchers executed well in most moments. They faced a really tough Nebraska offense. Nebraska can hit. They can flat out hit. 1 through 9 in their lineup can hit. They can hit for power. They can hit for average. And they just have really good plate discipline. So to have pitchers come in and only give up 2 home runs on a 3-game series to a team that has multiple home run hitters, I was really proud of how they pitched. We were really high in our pitcher counts percent. We were about over 70% in pitchers counts, which for those of you that don't know, that means the pitcher is ahead. So, a no ball 2 strike or a 0-1 or a strike 3 at the pitcher's count. And then hitting wise, got to see our lineup work a little bit more. Saw some hitting balls up the middle, scoring runners, dropping some bunts. Kira Dillon stealing bases, doing what we do when we're winning. We got to see that come together more, and hopefully this weekend, and today it just comes together a little bit more, because like we said, we're super, super close with the timely hitting. Couple at bats that we wish could have gone a different way, but I have every confidence in our team that we'll be able to do it.
Is that sort of the challenge as a coach with a team that skews on the younger side, is getting that belief? Guys, you're close. You're so close. You're 1 hit away, 1 play away, 1 pitch away from completely flipping this result. To get them to believe that is your challenge, right?
I think it's every coach of every sports challenge, the confidence piece, because you can have hitters that have 40 hits on the season and they pop up with bases loaded or don't come through with runners in scoring position, and now all of a sudden their confidence is just down here, and that's, softball is a game of failures. I mean, if you get 1 hit out of 3 times, you're a really good hitter in our sport. People get paid millions of dollars in the pro leagues, to be really good hitters and get up and get on base 1 time a game. So yes, yes, I think it's a challenge, but it's also the fun of saying, like, wow, do you realize how good you are? You haven't even reached your potential yet. You're only a freshman. You're only a sophomore. You're not a senior yet. You haven't graduated. And to know that we have so much in our tank that we haven't even tapped into yet.
Hoping to tap into it later today. Doubleheader against IU. The Hoosiers come in riding quite a win streak, cracked the top 25. They're one of the hottest teams in America right now. But again, I know it's a team that you feel like you can compete with and maybe go out and do the right things and get a result.
Yeah, just like they say in football, any given Sunday, right? On any given day in softball, anybody can win a ball game. We talked about that as a team. Like, we just got to be great for one game and then be great for another game.
Yep.
So we're really just having a half-inning mentality of win the half inning. We can definitely win these ball games. They're winnable games. On top of that, the rivalry between IU and Purdue is really amped up. Everybody loves to beat IU. Boilermakers take a lot of pride in beating IU because it's our state. It's our home. It's our school. It's our games to win today.
Absolutely. Games start at 3 o'clock. Back-to-back doubleheader out there at Bittinger Stadium. If you can make it out, some cool stuff going on. There's some giveaways.
Yeah.
Purdue Pete's going to be throwing out the first pitch out here.
Yes, come see Pete.
That should be fun. If you can't make it out there, the games are going to be live on the Big Ten Network. Now, I wanted to ask you about that. They've been around a while. They've started to ramp up their coverage a little bit of softball. How big of a deal is that to have multiple games a year live on national TV?
It's huge, not only for our conference, but for women's sports in general. Softball is one of the fastest growing sports in America. The Big Ten Conference is a top conference, and we have really good teams. So be able to showcase really good sports with really good stadiums. Bittinger is one of the best stadiums in the country. Shout out to our field crew. Saw them yesterday working. I know that
they're never not working.
Right, they're never not working, and they really are the team behind the team. And we're one of the few stadiums in the country that has green grass right now, and it's gorgeous. And it's because of Brian Bornino and his field crew. They do a great job, so thanks for that. And then just to be able to get our stadium on TV to let America and the world, whoever's watching the BTN, know that not only is Purdue a top academic school, but also a place where you can come win championships. And we firmly believe that Boilermakers are Boilermakers for life, and being able to spread all that we have to offer is great, because a lot of times in the recruiting process, it takes getting someone to campus for them to see how amazing Purdue is, the campus, the town, the people, everything. So be able to have people that maybe haven't been to campus yet to get to see a small glimpse of the wonderful things that we have is really important for us.
For sure. You've traveled a lot of places. I haven't traveled as many places as you. I used to travel a little bit with softball. I've seen a lot of facilities, and the bit is
it's
as
gorgeous.
good as anything out there.
Definitely.
Without a doubt. It's great to be able to showcase that. After today, before we speak again on the show, you'll head to Rutgers.
Yes.
3 games set out there with the Scarlet Knights. I know you guys, who did you upset at the conference office to draw at Nebraska?
It's
at Rutgers.
we just got lucky, right? More things to put in our toolkit to be tough at the end of the season. It's probably going to be a little chilly there this time of year, but that's part of being in the Big Ten. But we traveled to Rutgers this weekend. Pretty excited. We have some people on our team that are from Northeast area. Get to have a host family dinner with the Echezarettas, which is nice. They're not too far from there, and
awesome.
Looking forward to go there. And we feel really prepared. We practice in Mollenkopf when it's cold outside, so we have played on turf a lot. It's not going to be a new thing for us to play defense on turf, so that's not really a factor for us. And they just got their stadium redone, so we're excited to see it. But again, still believe that BIT is the best stadium in the country, and I stand by that.
You should. Turf is what it is. It allows you to do a lot of things, but there's no replacing natural grass and natural dirt for sure. 3 o'clock today at the BIT. If you can get there, please get there. It'd be a great series.
Don't wear red.
Don't wear red. You'll get kicked. You won't really get kicked out. We'll want to kick you out, but you won't get kicked out. If you can't, watch it on live on BTN. Last thing before we let you get out to the stadium, because I know you're itching to get into your game day routine here. You mentioned Klochek. Are there any other individuals that are really standing out right now for you?
Yeah, vocally, Jade Moy and Tyrena Jones on the infield, I think I said that last week, have really been leaders for us vocally, as well as Kira Dillon. So up the middle, we've got a lot of leadership vocally. And we just had, we had different people step up. Last weekend, Liv McFadden was really clutch. She had several really good at-bats. Becca Edwards passed the bat a few times. And I would say, if we're talking about people, our dugout has been phenomenal. And that's a really tough really tough thing to be, is a great dugout on offense and on defense. And I think that's something that really goes underrated, is how important the dugout is in wins. Like you can't win without a great dugout. And when people come to college from playing travel ball, they're not used to not playing every single game. And some people get to play every single game, and that's awesome. But when you have a roster, it's really tough to get into that starting lineup, and it's even more tough to be a great teammate when you're not in that starting lineup. And we absolutely are a family on our team, and giving big shout outs to everyone that's in our dugout, starters and non-starters, because the energy has been super high. They have all been hype women for each other, and they all are just really focused on getting us to where we want to be at the end of the season.
I've always thought about that. Just about everybody on these teams was the best player in their high school.
Absolutely.
Was maybe the best player in their club team or their summer league team. And then they have to accept a role, and that's very different. That's sometimes very difficult, and another one of the challenges. Something else I saw last week that I love that you don't always see is someone would hit a hard grounder, a line drive or something, and before coming to the dugout, they'd come to the on-deck circle and talk to the next batter. Say, okay, here's what I saw.
Yeah.
Here's maybe what I picked up, and the 6 pitches I saw. Here's something that maybe can help you out. Great teammates.
Great teammates, and just passing information, right? We really, really empower our team to be students of the game and not be robots that are just told what to do and they go do it. Like, they're the ones playing the game, they're the ones reacting, and the more communication that they have with each other, the higher their game IQ gets. And when one hitter is successful, we're all successful. When one fielder is successful, and likewise, if someone struggles, we're all struggling. So that's a big part of our team, is that we win and lose together. There's no one person show on our team, and I love the fact that they do that on their own. They're passing information and passing the praise and passing good vibes of like, hey, maybe I didn't get it done, but you can, or hey, I got it done, and now it's your turn to also get it done.
Absolutely. Coach, good luck this week.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you guys back out on Bittinger Stadium, 3 o'clock against IU this afternoon. If you're watching this on Wednesday, if you're watching this on Thursday, sorry you missed it. But at Rutgers, and then got some home games just ahead on the schedule after today too. So, Coach, good luck. We'll catch you down the road on the